What's up, everyone? Sean with you, and today we're going to talk about something I've been really excited about, and it's Bad Idea Comics. Let's get started. Guys, I'm really excited about this bad idea, which I think is a really good idea. So first time I heard about this was when I went to a Comics Pro retailer meeting that they had. It was last year, and COVID screwed everything up, obviously. But we did a little round table, and we got to sit with these guys and hear their pitch, and I was instantly hooked. I'm probably going to do a really bad idea. I'm probably going to do a bad job of explaining what bad idea is, but let's kind of give it a shot and see. So here's what bad idea is, okay? What's supposed to make it special, and I'll show you. Let me just get myself unscrewed here for a second. There's a lot of very specific things people complain about in the comic industry. There's too many variants out there, not enough support for comic shops, that kind of stuff. Well, these guys, they're never going to publish a trade. That's the first thing for them. So no trade paperbacks. If you want to read the story, you got to buy the individual issues. I think that's pretty cool. No digital. Man, I love that. Yes. Thank you. That instantly supports comic shops right there. No digital. You got to buy the copy if you want to read it. Duh. No variants. I don't like this so much because I love doing store variants, but I totally respect that. I think it's kind of cool. It'll make it less confusing. And again, if you want to read the story, you have to buy that issue. Only select stores. I don't know how they made their decision, but if you were at that meeting, you got to sign up on a piece of paper, and then they'll let you know through email if you were selected to be a store. You have to be a store. We are a store. We have a location in Indianapolis, Indiana. It's actually Beach Grove. They're promised to release no more than 2 a month, so there will be 2 titles a month. Only in comic shops. They don't have a website. You can't go, they do have a website, but you can't go there and buy comics. So you can't go on there and log on and buy comics directly from them. You have to go to a comic shop. Now, that doesn't mean comic shops won't sell them online. A lot of them already are selling their comics online, which is fine, or eBay. And then they just announced this, and we're going to talk about this. They're going to do first printings and then not first printings. So the first printing will be very distinguishable. They say it's going to have on the UPC, we'll have a first printing on there in the little box. And then the second printing will only be a not first printing, meaning let's say they sell out of their second print. There won't be a third print and a fourth print and a fifth print. It'll only be not first print. So it's going to be first print comics and then not first print comics, and that's it. Now, this is what I really like. The store rules, we have to agree to these rules. Now, it's interesting to see what stores are going to do, because there's a couple loopholes here I think could be taken advantage of and kind of defeat the purpose of this. So these books are going to be hot, right? They're going to be super hot, because the only way to get them is to go into a comic shop. They're already limiting how it can be purchased. The way it can be purchased was going to make it instantly in demand. And I'm going to get to this also. They look awesome. I'm really excited about this first issue in particularly. It's 1 per customer. Straight up. You can't sell more than 1 per customer. It's 1 per customer. Cover price for 30 days. We have to agree to sell 1 per customer for 30 days. Now, and here's the last part of this. We have to order the same amount of issue number 2, issue number 3, so on and so forth, that we ordered of issue number 1. So that's means we got to think as retailers here. If I could sell 100 copies of number 1, can I sell 100 copies of number 2 or number 3? Well, maybe I want to order 50 copies of number 1 because I know I'm not going to be able to sell 50 copies of number 2. Maybe. That's kind of how that goes. Now, here's the loopholes, though. one per customer. We're going to be very, very, very strict about this at Comics Elite. This is just what we're going to do. We're going to be very strict about this. You can't, you know, come out, walk outside and come back in and buy another copy. You can't come back the next day and get another copy. We see all kinds of weird stuff. Somebody sends in their grandma to buy a copy. It's like, really, lady? Like, so there's always loopholes people are going to try to do, especially when these things start to get popular and blow up, because the flippers are going to want them, right? And I think what they're trying to do is keep them, you know, they want readers to really be able to enjoy this and not just get into the hands of flippers. So, you know, there's a couple of loopholes there for stores also. Who says I have to sell them in the first 30 days? I mean, a store could technically get their books and sit on them for 30 days and then try to sell them. I think that's kind of jacked up, because there's ways for you to find out which store is going to carry the Bad Idea comics. So we can talk about all that later on. A couple of the little rules. They send us these things. They sent us this, really cool. And we just had to display this in a prominent area of the store. I took this off our wall so I could have it for the video. And we also got some really cool promotional stuff, which is really neat. They gave us some of these. These are going for $10 on eBay, which is stupid. Stupid. Screw those guys. We're actually going to do a thing. Not going to show you all the inside of this, but I just thumbed through this, and it looks super, super great. I'm really excited about it. Now let's talk about some of the what's going to make this really cool. So here's the first. The first is, I'm going to say it wrong. ENIAC. Again, I'm saying it wrong. So this is the first one coming out, is ENIAC, whatever. Tankers is coming out. There's a preview in here for Tankers. Art looks fantastic. Walesville looks great. The Law and Sleigh Bells. I'm excited about every single one of these. Okay. Now, if you want, you can click on pre-order, and it takes you right to this where is Bad Idea? Like, where can I find it? You select a country, United States. You select a state. We're in Indiana. You select a store. Here's all the stores that are selling it in Indiana. Okay, let's say you want to select Comics Elite. You put your name in, and then we'll get a notification of what you want to pre-order. Now, here's how we're going to do this. Again, this is just what Comics Elite is going to do. We're going to buy issue number 1, you have to commit to buy all 4 issues of a series. What that means is you got to pay for all 4 issues up front. Okay? So when everyone comes in, it'll be automatically paid for. So you have to pre-pay for all 4 issues of a series. That's what we're going to do. I think it's smart. You know, we can just say, hey, you're going to buy the rest, right? Yeah, man, just put it in my pull box. And we never see those guys again. And they're actually going to sign something that says, I understand if I don't pick it up my copy within 30 days of release, I'm going to consider it forfeit. Because another terrible thing stores have to deal with is abandoned pull list. It's an awful thing. I've seen stores go under from having so many unclaimed pull lists. Anyway, that's just what we're going to do at Comics Elite. Get with your local comic shop and find out what they're going to do, what their rules are going to be, and try to pre-order these. Pre-order every one of these issues if you can. Now let's take a look at what's going on eBay with these things. So I just did a search here. I searched for ENAC number 1. Here's one right here. Sold item, $10.99. There's a preview ash can that came out. We never got any ash cans. But these are going, this one bid out at $53 for the ash can. That's fantastic. There's an ash can for Walesville. Again, we didn't get any, but bid out at one bid at $50. Here's one, $50. So there's a bunch of these things out there. They're already being really popular. And let's just go to unsold items real quick. So you can buy it now, $10.99. If somebody comes into our store and they commit to buy all of the issues, we're going to give them one of these promotional copies. We're not selling them. If you walk into our store right now, they're sitting on the shelf for you to take one. They're literally free. So, you know, there's always somebody out there that goes against the spirit of what the comic is all about, tries to make a quick buck. So there's a couple of these out there being pre-sold for $10 ish. If you do a Google search for ENAC #1, they have previews up of some of the interior art. The interior art looks fantastic in these. The story is kind of about, I'm going to butcher this, but it's basically a supercomputer comes to life and starts kind of taking over. So I'm stoked about it. I'm super excited about it. And then here's why this book is going to be so hot. Okay. I'm going to tell you right now why. This book in particularly, ENAC, is going to be so fire in March when this comes out. Every single retailer, guys, we got our orders allocated. Every single order has been allocated by 50%. We're only getting half of what we ordered. That's it. They didn't print enough. I guess they thought it was going to be huge. Good on them for not just saying, just print more. They're keeping the integrity of the first print run, and they're going to do a not first print variant of it. So that's pretty cool. So all of our orders were allocated. Now, there's already stores out there that have been pre-selling this on their websites. We haven't pre-sold a single copy ourselves. We will not be selling these for 30 days in our live sales. They will only be sold in store for the first 30 days, which is going to piss off a lot of people, but that's what I've decided to do. So this book is going to be super fire, ridiculous hot. Everybody's going to want it. This is the first print right here. The second print is going to have the black logo on it. Guys, pre-order these. Get these, pre-order them. They're going to be super fire when March hits. So I just want to take a little bit of time and kind of explain to you what Bad Idea is. You're going to be hearing a lot more about them. These covers are going to be blown up. They're not sold through Diamond. A lot of people think that a comic only has value if it's sold through Diamond. That's idiotic and asinine to think that. There are tons of comics out there that are produced every month that do not go through Diamond Comics. Tons. And they are definitely valuable. They're great reads. They're great to collect. They're great for flips. They're great to invest in, et cetera, et cetera. So I just want to kind of show you guys that. Thanks for hanging out today, and we will see you guys